Hey, what's up, everybody? I am back with another video for y'all, and today we are making creamy mushroom and truffle risotto. So good, y'all. And y'all already know I'm gonna show y'all step by step how to get it. So if it looks good and you into it, y'all, sit back, let's go. Alright, y'all, so first thing I'm going to do is just take off the caps of all of the mushrooms, and today I am just using some small shiitake mushrooms as well as some larger button mushrooms, and that's just honestly because I had the button mushrooms on hand and I wanted the shiitake mushrooms for the flavor. So y'all, make sure to clean them, just use a paper towel and rub them off gently, and then you are good to go. So set that to the side, and that's my mushroom stock. I used about 6 cups of that all in all, and I had about 1.5 cups of rice. And so I'll talk about that a little bit more, but those are just the ratios, just off the jump for you. So I had about 2 cups of these mushrooms all chopped up, and I put that into my saucepan with some butter and a little bit of olive oil. Then I'm going in with a half of a small red onion, diced it up really finely, and then I added that into the pan. And at this point I'm really just kind of like toasting the mushrooms and the red onions, and really making sure that they're starting to release a lot of their flavors and really starting to develop a nice sauce in the pan that we can build the risotto off of. And as you saw right there, I just added in about a small handful of thyme leaves. I just went against the grain and just kind of like run my finger down just to remove all of the thyme leaves. Then after that, swirl that around for a second, and now I'm going in with some butter as well as about 4 to 5 cloves of minced garlic, fresh minced garlic. And I put the butter and the garlic in the middle of the pan just so the butter and the garlic can kind of toast together, or really so the garlic can really kind of toast together and really kind of like cook through lightly before I mix it all up with everything else, y'all. Then after that, that's my rice, my arborio rice, I should say. And it's a small grain rice, and it really gets creamy the longer you cook it, and that is why it's one of the most perfect rices for risotto. So as I said earlier, I have 1.5 cups of that arborio rice. You don't need to wash it off or anything like that, because we want all of that starchiness, because that's going to help bind the risotto together. And then when we add the Parmesan cheese towards the end, that's going to really help make everything come together and make it nice and creamy. So y'all, as you see right here, I added that arborio rice into the skillet, and I'm just toasting that up for about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. And you want to do that because you really want to develop kind of like a toasty flavor, I should say, with the rice. And that also helps it to kind of really withstand all of the mushroom stock that we're going to add to it. It'll still help it keep its shape. So that's why you want to kind of just toast the rice a little bit before you start adding in all of those 6 cups of stock. So before we do the stock, y'all, you have to add in some white wine. You have to. It is a must have ingredient in this recipe, I think. So I went in with about 1/2 cup all in all of white wine. I used Chardonnay this time, and as you see right there, I just went with a little bit more because it didn't quite feel right. If you could tell, I go off of feelings and about how food looks, and that's pretty much how I tell my measurements. But on some things, I do definitely make sure I'm using the right measurements. So for that right there, y'all, I used about 1/2 cup of white wine. So y'all, right here, I am just going in with a couple of ladles of that mushroom stock. And I should also mention I use that BTB, Better Than Bouillon, mustard, wow. I use the mushroom base, I should say, y'all. And it really just deepens that mushroom flavor in this risotto. And you can also just use chicken stock, you can use veggie stock, you can use whatever you want to use, but I really wanted to just deepen that mushroom flavor and really drive home the fact that this is a creamy mushroom and truffle risotto, okay? So I should also mention, y'all, that I'm keeping this stock nice and warm. I'm not keeping it boiling, but I'm keeping it nice and warm. It's almost on the verge of boiling, but you don't want it to be that hot. So I'm just adding in a couple ladlefuls in at a time, and then you want to just stir it continuously until all of that liquid that you added in for that segment has been absorbed into the rice. And that is an important step, y'all. You do not want to just pour in a cup of that stock and then try to just mix all of the rice in and all of that together and try to have it soak up that way, because it'll really get clumpy and gummy, and it will not be the risotto that you envision you will be eating, okay? I can promise you that. I have definitely done trial and error with that, so definitely, make sure that you are doing it ladle by ladle or 2 ladles at a time max. So again, I'm just doing the same thing, y'all. I'm just adding in a ladle here, a couple ladles there, and just stirring it all up to make sure that all of that liquid has been absorbed by that rice. And then after that, I will do the exact same thing over and over again, y'all. It's really just, you know, an over and over and over again kind of process, y'all. And you also want to make sure that you're staying by this pot while it's cooking. Don't run off and run around and go do something else for 5 minutes, because it'll start to burn. All of that liquid is going to be absorbed in, because as you see right here, y'all, it's starting. This is real time, right? The liquid is absorbing in as I'm stirring it and as I'm talking to y'all. So the liquid definitely absorbs pretty fast into the rice. So definitely make sure you're standing by. So boom, y'all, we are almost there. Look at how this risotto is really coming together. I'm just moving my spoon back. That's one little trick that I have for y'all, just to see if when you move your run your spoon along the bottom of the pan, if that risotto kind of like sticks in its space and then kind of like slowly oozes back to the middle, you know you are getting somewhere. Even when you get to the end, you don't want that risotto to just be parted like the Red Sea, y'all. You still want the risotto to come back together. All right, so make sure that your risotto isn't just running away from each other when you pull your spoon down, because if so, you've done too much. You added too much liquid in there, or you did something wrong. So y'all, just another little close-up shot of what that risotto is looking like. Nice and creamy, just the way I wanted it to. And you can definitely see how that arborio rice definitely thickened up, and it's just so starchy and so creamy, y'all. And then when I add that Parmesan cheese in, y'all, what I'm doing right here, that just really amped up the cheese factor. And then that tanginess and the saltiness from the parm really takes this mushroom risotto up like 5 notches, y'all. I promise y'all. Then y'all, I'm going in with what y'all already know. I don't even got to go into it, y'all. I don't even need to go into it, because it's just not even that deep at this point. Then y'all, after that, I'm going in with one of the stars of this dish, some white truffle oil. You can use whatever kind of truffle oil you have. I got this from Amazon. It was less than $20. I promise you, do not go break the bank trying to like find some fresh truffles from France or whatever. It's not worth it, and it's too expensive. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't have all that over here. So y'all, I'm just plating up this risotto. Had a few little sauteed mushrooms on the side, just so you know that this is a mushroom risotto, y'all. Then, of course, I had to hit it with some more parm at the end. Hit it with a little bit of fresh black pepper, y'all. And then, boom, this is what our creamy mushroom and truffle risotto is looking like, y'all. This stuff is just steaming, just hot. So hot, y'all. But, y'all, it was so good. And I don't know what I was doing. I had to just sit that plate down because, you know, I had to really get into it, y'all. Promise y'all. And so, another little close-up shot, y'all. This risotto was so good. It is so creamy, as you can see. Not falling all over the place, except for that mushroom right there that just fell off. But, you know, we'll blame that on gravity, y'all. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. I really hope you enjoy the video and the recipe. If you try it, definitely let me know down below in the comments what you think about the video. And you can hit that like button. You can share the video, y'all. And you can even subscribe to the channel, y'all, for more videos just like this every single week. All right, y'all. I will see y'all in the next upload. Later.